So I'm just out here thinking, get some alone time, some quiet time, help process some thoughts. And I was thinking about something I'm guilty of that I tell other people not to do, which in a way I'm a big hypocrite. I can openly admit that, no problem. And it's making a self-comparison. We always hear compare yourself to yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, Don't compare yourself to Bill Gates or Conor McGregor or Steve Jobs or the coworker who seems to have everything going way better than you do. Just compare yourself to yourself. And I think that's really great advice, but one thing I found myself being guilty of doing, and I think a lot of us probably do, is I compare myself to a past version of myself that doesn't exist. I can call that the PPS, the past perfect self. And in my regret, what I tell myself is things like, or I find myself saying rather, if I would have just stayed in the Navy, I could be retired now. I wouldn't have to worry about work. Money would not be a problem. I could do whatever I want, Or if I would have bought Amazon stock back when it was first offered, if I would have bought Microsoft when I first had the chance to, if I would have done any number of things different in my life would be better now. And because it's not because I didn't do those things, I'm going to choose to be depressed about it. That's a harmful exercise. That's a dangerous exercise. It's like saying if I'd lived my whole life to perfection up to this point, I'd be better off than I am now. Of course you would. Everybody can say that. If you're going to do that to yourself, bring in another fictional version of yourself that doesn't exist. A past worse self. Because if you can think of all these things you could have done better, I bet you can think of a whole lot of things you could have done worse and made yourself worse off today. If you weigh 200 pounds, you could probably say, if I hadn't taken care of myself at least as much as I did, I could weigh 250 pounds or 300 pounds. If I'd have gone crazy with my spending and not controlled myself, even though I'm in debt now, I could be in way worse debt than what I am. If I would have made the wrong decisions, I could have had DUIs. I could have had drug charges. I could have had multiple, just anything that you can think of that you might have done in a way that you might have crossed a line back in your past that would impact you today and make it worse. Comfort yourself knowing that you didn't. Comfort yourself. Say that it could be worse. That's one of my little life sayings. It could be worse. Or it could have been worse. Maybe that would be more accurate. I would say compare yourself only by your recent past self. Am I better today than I was yesterday, than I was last month, than I was 6 months ago? If yes, look to either keep things the same if you're happy or look to make a small improvement. If no, if you're not better off yesterday, if you're not better off than you were yesterday, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, then start making adjustments. Start doing those things that your future self will thank your past self for now versus your present self criticizing your past self because there's nothing you can do about it. Really awkward wording there, but I hope somebody can kind of pick up on what I'm trying to say and doing a poor job of communicating. But I'd like you to consider this. Every decision you've made up until this point has helped to mold and shape and make you who you are now. Maybe you could have made what you consider better decisions in the past that would have you in a better position or living what you would see as a better life now, but maybe your past mistakes put you through some trials, put you through some hardships, some experiences that you needed to have take place in your life to strengthen you. Maybe you could have what you consider a better life and an easier life and still not be as strong as you are. Just something to consider. You know, in recent events, I've realized I'm not where I need to be emotionally and spiritually. I'm nowhere near as centered as I thought I was. I've got a lot of work to do on me. And that's why I make these videos. These videos are really just notes to self. This is what I need to do for me. This is what I need to be telling myself. This is what I wish somebody would tell me. And I'm betting that there's somebody that's maybe in a similar situation as to what I am. Maybe they've got some regrets. Maybe they're at a later point in life like I am. I'm 45 years old. I'm not where I should be, but I'm also not where I could be. You can look at that good or bad, you know. So that's what I'm just trying to do. Find some kindred spirits. Find somebody that needs a word. Maybe something I could say can help them. And it's just a way for me to gather my thoughts and try to help myself to kind of organize these thoughts. It's really cathartic, very therapeutic. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a like, subscribe. If you think it might help somebody, please feel free to share it on social media. As always, be here today and for as many tomorrows as possible. I'm going to try to come out with something every week. I just thank you all so much for watching. Have a blessed week coming up. Bye-bye.